Hello and welcome. I'm Prepper21, coming to you from inside the green room and a quick view of the cracky hydroponics that we have growing here today. But that's not why I am making this particular video. Today's video, and what you saw there a minute ago with the greens, is a result of spending 10 years with Permaculture, a designer's manual by Bill Mollison, and this was written in 1988. This is a 600-page book that has really helped me understand how to make the most of a barren backyard and apply the principles of permaculture one at a time to realize productivity and just a little bit of self-reliance, even on a small scale like you just saw inside there. Permaculture design is a system of assembling conceptual materials, and you see a bunch of materials around here, and strategic components. And a component can be considered as one of the many ditches on contour that I have laid out through the backyard to slowly capture water, rainwater, as it rolls down the yard. So putting together conceptual material and strategic components in a pattern which functions to benefit life in all its form. And so together, all of this comes together as one larger system. So I have a variety of smaller systems, all interconnected, tend to be able to support one another and allow for a lot of diversity and I think unconformity to your traditional backyard and garden design approach. This book, Permaculture, a Designer's Manual, is a great book. It's 600 pages. It's taken me 10 years just to get used to some of these ideas. But, little perseverance over time. I want to take you on a little tour to show you why it's important, because I've learned some things from this book, and I want to make sure that as I learn, I'm also able to help, others learn. And one of the first things I got out of this book was to, and bear with me here, please, shut up and listen. And I should have looked above, too. When I first started gardening, if I would have looked above me and saw all these trees, maybe my design approach would have been different. However, I'm stubborn, and this book helps you really recover from mistakes, okay, and even put them to good use. Make the most of what you may have. I didn't get a lot of sunlight back here, but you see a lot of trees. Even though it's cold in January 2021, we really always have productive seasons back here. And the reason why is because we apply a lot of these principles that help you understand nature holds a lot of the answers to the problems that are presented. Besides shutting up and listening and trying to observe what's going on in the backyard, you also learn that nature doesn't work in straight lines, and neither should we. So in nature, you don't see, this has been here for a while, I'm not going to take care of it or get rid of it anytime soon, but this raised bed, 4 corners, 90 degrees, you don't see that in nature. What you see in nature is something more like this. The lines on contour that allow me to dig a ditch on contour and come up with some interesting ideas for how to landscape behind it and in front of it and provide shelter for different forms of life. Doesn't look like much here, but I got a lot of tomatoes and greens out of this garden here this past year. The third thing that I learned from this book was conformity will lead to failure. And I could have been conformist and listened to the neighbors when I moved in and didn't even try to garden anything. because everybody said the deer will get this, the rabbits will get that. But I'm pretty stubborn, and I stuck with it and needed to do this, so I gardened and kept at it and kept at it. And if I didn't, then I'd be unproductive right now, just like the rest of the neighborhood around here. But instead, we are productive. What's really good about this book? Permaculture, a Designer's Manual. Well, it's the principle of design from patterns to details. So I gave some example here with the ditches on contour. They follow the contour lines on the map, and you can get that information at your county site. Another way is if you look at the pattern of a snail and notice the spiral, that's something that nature's come up with. And one of the keys that I've gotten out of this was, what can a spiral pattern from a snail teach us? It's hard to see, but this is a spiral garden. Built of stone. There's videos on this and pictures on my website and such, but you can see back here. Stone spiral garden leads to all kinds of beneficial, plants coming together. We got thyme and marigold, lavender, blueberry, basil, parsley, other flowers growing through there all the time. And when we understand patterns, it helps us to understand what might be applied to solve problems. Simple problem right here, okay? This ground here has never been productive. Brand new little patch of garden that I put in just this fall. This area right here, about 2 feet by 1 foot and this deep. I didn't expect to get much out of this, so I just wanted to come in and plant in a bunch of radish to come and help break up the ground and then make this more suitable for producing lettuce and some other greens in the spring. So, problem being an unproductive plot of land right here, this small little piece, can be solved by planting a variety of seeds and things like radish to help break up the hard clay material and make it productive for next season. I wouldn't have thought of things like that on my own. And the book allows you to question what you see in traditional mainstream ideas about gardening and food productivity. And what the great thing about that is it teaches us how to be, a little bit of relying on ourselves, how to help ourselves versus becoming overly dependent on systems whose sustainability is in question, especially these days. We live off of a large variety of complex systems to provide our food and sustenance, and we see that how strenuous things can get under the slightest kinks to supply chains. Permaculture teaches us that an over-reliance on such systems puts us at peril and at the whim of those in charge. And a really great thing about Permaculture, a Designer's Manual, is you see that you don't need big equipment. Everything that's in my yard was done with a pickaxe and a shovel and an A-frame. The principles are easy to apply. So the principle of produce no waste, has led me to compost. We've been composting for over a decade. So how much material has not gone to the county dump because of all the composting we've done? So I think that's a pretty cool thing to think about in the first place. And then all the composting eventually gets fed into all the different trees and bushes and plants back here that all produce for us. So being able to apply the principles easily and practice is really good because you can fail But, you know, enough failures together and you have a success like what you see back here. Now, who should read this? Okay, Permaculture Designer's Manual. You know, just because I'm recommending it, what does that really mean? Who should really read this? Well, I think for starters, experienced and inexperienced gardeners alike. It's 600 pages. You know, this is like a Bible. You can always be going back to it. It's free, okay? So there's no reason that anybody need to just poo-poo and say this isn't worth my time. It's 600 pages of free, awesome material to help you think about gardening, life, and business. The second group of people that should really be interested in this is people who are seeking a way, you know, or a guide for their gardens, for their lives, for their businesses. You know, another example is I apply permaculture principles to my workout routines as far as, you know, designing from patterns to details. So if I know the general outcome of what I want from a particular program, that would be the general pattern. The details would be, well, what are the steps I do to get there? Just like with this kiwi garden, these are hardy kiwi, 2 female on the ends and a male in the middle. They've taken 7 years to produce fruit, so 7 years of growth. Started producing in 2019 and overproduced this year, 2020, and it's now 2021, so more production coming from this plant that doesn't look like much right now. But I never would have thought about creating a structure like this and putting a ditch on contour to help control some of the water flow and support it for a long time, and actually get about 100 pounds of fruit per season. This book, Permaculture, A Designer's Manual, will help you open your mind to such incredible ideas. Doesn't look like much now, but there's videos and pictures and such elsewhere that show how productive this plant can be. And again, it's just by using this as a guide. A lot of people use all kinds of different books as guides. A guide for your garden will lead to surprises. And I think the third group that this book is really good for is for gardeners who struggle. You know, just because one thing doesn't grow doesn't mean you have to give up, or there are different challenges we all have in the backyard. And if things don't grow above ground, you know, Permaculture, A Designer's Manual, will open your eyes and mind up to, you know, maybe growing things underground. And here we have an herbal dispensary. We'll see how well it goes. An herbal medicinal dispensary underway here with different root plants such as ginseng, golden seal, garlic. Oh, a couple other things I kind of forget planted in here. Oh, I think I got some different sets of onion shallots sprouted through here as well. We'll see how this goes, but the idea is to, you know, not be content with just what may grow above ground, and if something doesn't work above ground, to try it below ground. So there you have it, Permaculture, A Designer's Manual, book review by Prepper21. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, and get your free copy today.